Hello, my name's Adrian Richards and I'm the Surgical Director of Aurora Skin Clinics, and today I'm going to be talking about the treatment options for hyperhidrosis. I've explained in the previous video that hyperhidrosis is a condition which affects a significant amount of the population and really it causes excess sweating from the eccrine sweat glands, which produce the thin watery sweat. So the options for treatment range from antiperspirants to surgery, and I'm going to work through those from the simplest antiperspirants through to surgery. So the simplest option is antiperspirant. Antiperspirants differ from deodorants. Deodorants neutralise the odour from the armpit. Antiperspirants usually contain some form of aluminium chloride and actually stop the sweating. And the way they do this is the aluminium chloride crystals coat the skin, and then when the sweat glands sweat, they actually draw by osmosis the aluminium crystals into the sweat gland, and they form a plug which typically lasts about 24 hours until washed off, and this plug in the opening, the mouth of the sweat gland, actually prevents sweat escaping. These aluminium so normal deodorant should be used first, and an interesting point is you shouldn't just use deodorants in the morning, you should use them morning and evening, because remember we've got a 24-hour effect here, and it's beneficial to use them in the evening as well to really try and keep those sweat glands plugged off. So start off with the normal proprietary, antiperspirants which you can buy over the counter. If that doesn't work, the thing to then go to is some of the aluminium chloride based stronger antiperspirants, and the best known of these in the UK is called dry chlor. So that's dry chlor, which you can discuss with your doctor. And that works well. The downside of it is it can be quite irritable on the skin, and some of my patients have mentioned that they have quite a lot of irritation on the skin. Certainly a good way to start. So this treatment typically lasts 6 months, slightly longer than the muscle activity, interestingly, and essentially stops the nerve impulses to the glands and reduces sweating during that time. And it's very good for the underarm area. It can be used on the hands, can be used on the feet, but these are very tender areas, much more tender than the underarm area, and injections in there are tender, so we need to give some form of nerve block or some sort of numbing cream for the treatment. The final solution, which is really a bit of a last gasp, which is surgical treatment, is called an endoscopic sympathectomy, and it's a sympathetic nerves which cause innervation to the sweat glands. So vascular surgeons, these are surgeons who normally deal with blood vessels, can in a technique using telescopes and small incisions divide the nerve trunks which supply the impulses to the glands. This is a treatment, works very well. It is an operation, and is really normally reserved for very severe sweating, principally of the hands and arms. So if you've got very severe sweating of both areas, and really none of these other treatments are giving you a solution, it is worth considering sympathectomy. So,
hey guys, this is Baggio, and thank you so much for checking this video out. Today I just want to talk about my review and what I thought after having gone through the Sweat Miracle course. And I just wanted to give you guys kind of like an unbiased opinion on what I thought. So, if you want to visit the actual site itself, by the way, this is actually only a review for it. I've included a link at the bottom of this video, so feel free to hit on that to head over to that website. So first of all, kind of like to give you guys a basic overview of the course. What does it include? Apart from this main ebook, okay, there's also 5 bonuses that goes along with it that Miles includes in the course, which are on relaxation, yoga, insomnia, healing water, and natural cures. And so that's the main guide along with these 5 bonuses form the course. So what does the guide actually talk about? Well, the guide, just to kind of like give you an overview, is split up into 4 main chapters, okay? The first chapter would be on hyperhidrosis basics, as in the basic know-hows, what the condition is all about, how to know if you actually have it, and some telltale signs of, I guess, of the condition itself. Chapter 2 deals with diagnosing and evaluating the condition and determining whether you actually need medical attention itself. Third of all, the third chapter deals with some conventional treatments, and these conventional treatments, Miles goes on to talk about some pros and especially cons, and he mentions that because of a specific reason. I'm going to talk about that later. And last of all, Chapter 4 deals with what Miles calls the 5-step sweat miracle system that you can use and apply to get rid of the condition itself. So I just want to give you guys an overview of the 5-step sweat miracle system without going into a full-blown description of it, because each and every single step is actually quite long. So the first step involves something called the 2-hour quick relief plan. Well, it's rather than a plan, these are techniques that you can implement to control your hyperhidrosis very quickly within a 2-hour basis, literally. Step number 2 is called the diet and nutritional plan, and this is a nutritional plan that's tailored specifically for hyperhidrosis. And it's also, once again, very specific in terms of how the plan is organized and how you can apply it into your own life. Step number 3, it deals with vitamin, mineral, and herbal supplementations you can take. It's not just about foods that will aggravate sweating. I'm sure you've heard things like chili foods, don't eat so much of them, avoid red meats, and similar advice. It's not just that. It goes into a very specific listing of vitamins, minerals, and herbs you can take to actually alleviate the condition itself, which is an added bonus. Because previously, over the internet or in medical journals, these usually they talk about things to help reduce, to help, not reduce, but to avoid, in order to prevent these foods from stimulating your sweat glands to make you sweat more, right? So here it kind of offers the other side of the equation, foods you can take to help reduce your sweating and to control the condition. Step number 4 is cleansing and detoxification, and Miles makes it very clear as to why this step is so crucial in the 5-step system. Step number 5 talks about mind, body, and lifestyle changes you can apply to your own life, such as breathing techniques, relaxation techniques, etc. And that would form the backbone of the book, I guess. So what exactly did I like about the ebook itself? Sorry, what exactly didn't I like? Let's first talk about the disadvantages. Well, first of all, it was very long. This ebook was 198 pages long, and that took me nearly a 3 to 4 hour time period to read, and you can classify me as an average speed reader. It was very long. The process was quite lengthy, so I'd advise you, if you get your hands on this course, do spend one afternoon just trying to go through it entirely, just at once. However, I did learn a lot after reading it. It's very well organized, and I can tell you from experience, I did a lot of research on excessive sweating. I scoured over lots of books, I read lots of blogs and websites over the internet, and it took me a lot of time to get to just to learn a lot more about the condition itself, because I personally sweat excessively as well. So I just want to find out some tips that I can use to treat my own condition, I guess. And needless to say, this course helped me save a lot of time. This, at the very least, I think you can save yourself weeks of having to dig around for information. It's all in here. Anything you can possibly think about that's going to be useful for you, it's all going to be in the course. So I thought that was very useful. The second thing I didn't really like about it was that there were no photos in the book. Okay, it was all text. I mean, there were like 3 to 4, I guess, small pictures sprinkled throughout the ebook. So, and I mean, in terms of photos, I mean, it's not very important, I guess, because they weren't crucial to, helping you understand certain aspects of the system and all the information that was presented inside. However, another aspect that I didn't like about the ebook was that there was no table of contents, to say the least, right? Usually in an ebook, there's a table of contents which includes a quick link that you can click on to jump directly to a certain section or chapter, and it just wasn't there. So I thought, if Miles included that in the ebook, that it would have made it a lot easier to navigate. Third of all, the bonuses were kind of irrelevant as well. They were long. Okay, I'll give you that. Each and every single bonus I kind of like skimmed through were longer than the main ebook on hyperhidrosis itself. So I didn't have time to go through every single bonus ebook, right? But I guess I will do so once I get the time to later on. So these were the types of things I thought could have been really improved about the course. So what exactly did I like about the course? First of all, Miles really goes on to advocate natural solutions. Remember I talked earlier about the fact that Miles lists all the solutions that you can consider trying to treat the condition. Anything from aluminium chloride to some surgical procedures you can consider to have performed on you. Well, Miles goes on to kind of like discourage you from any of these because of the side effects these have, and instead he talks a lot about the natural side of things and how you can use natural methods to achieve just exactly the same effect to cure hyperhidrosis. Second of all the information that Miles includes is very, very specific, okay? I'm going to give you a couple of examples. He talks about 5 tea bag approaches for stain removal techniques, 6 actions to get rid of sweat quickly, 31 foods to help reduce excessive sweating, the Sweat Miracle juicing plan, and a cleansing method that you can use externally. I mean, these are all very specific applications, right? So everything in there is something you can apply. Okay, it's not just something vague like eat healthily and I guess avoid certain stimulating foods and all that. It's not that. So it's very specific. The third point I guess I liked about it is that it's very versatile. Okay, this won't only work in a certain age group. This will work, regardless of whether you're, 15, whether you're 45, or whether you're like 70 years old. It's a very versatile system, and it's going to work for everyone. Now, I'm not saying that every single strategy in there will work for you. However, just by the sheer number of strategies that were actually presented in the book, okay, it'll overcome the fact that not every single strategy will work for you. And I can say with confidence that you'll definitely find something in the ebook that's going to be of value to you that will work for you. And so, the verdict. This is obviously written by someone who knows their stuff well, who's done their research, and most importantly, someone who's actually been there and knows exactly how it feels to have suffered from hyperhidrosis. So, in conclusion, I would definitely recommend this course to anyone. I mean, this is information, it's not only valuable, it's not only applicable, it works. And it's going to save you a lot of time just trying to, research information from all over the place. Because, all of these techniques you can implement right away.